As you can see, this is a unique stretch because you can connect to 4 different bosses and never lose your knight's power, which is really cool. So here are 2 more. We've got a really big... this is what's known as a golem in this particular game. As you can see, it has kneecaps, but the kneecaps don't connect to the bottom of your leg. So I'm having to burn a use of a mana potion here in order to keep my attacks effective and efficient. But there are other methods of building up your MP without having to use a mana potion. Most of them involve the use of AC, which is in your lower left-hand corner. That is used to be able to use your knight's power. You can start using your knight's power at 7, but it's most effective if you use it at 15, which is the maximum. And there are other things that your AC can be used for as well. It can be used to create combo attacks, which we'll see later. You can also use it as a means of enhancing your attacking ability, and in my case, you can also use it to siphon magic off of your opponent. And so Equinox here was conducting an experiment to see just how far you can actually push the use of your knight's power to get as far as you could here in Jungle Jailbreak. So now we got a palette swap tree ant to deal with. We almost got him down. Yeah, this is one of the easier bosses. Not the easiest. We came across one of those earlier on, and we actually will see the easiest one is left for last, if you can believe it. Yeah, all these powerful bosses, but they're all within the middle of the Jungle Jailbreak quest. And the easiest one is saved for last. And as you can see, with no enemy to target, the knight's power is disengaged through Equinox. So now we're starting to leave the winter location and transition into fall. Now, this place has a lot of snaking paths. It's really complex, and I like this place. It's really cool visually. Trying to finish off some of these lesser opponents and move on into the fall location. So now we're into autumn. Here's the next painful pair. We have a Griever over here named Zur, and also a dragon named Sodom. So here's where I decided, hey, I'm gonna show off my knight's power because he's gotten a bit different since you saw my first video. The reason that is because instead of a sword, he now possesses a giant hammer. That's right, I'm wielding a 420 attack point hammer. Pink Kitty Rose, eat your heart out. Yeah, Pink loves her hammers. I hope she doesn't wield them when there are innocent bystanders nearby. So this is the first time I actually got to use the hammer, and so I wanted to test what you could do with this thing. And as you can see, I'm pulling off some pretty good damage using the Divine Pummel, which I found out was a button mashing attack, and the Soul Bash, which took off over 2,600 points. So just taking the opportunity to try out all the various different abilities. That one did not work so well on Sodom. So I was gonna do everything I could to keep myself in the fight. And then it's then when I noticed that you actually burn HP by using the Soul Bash, so I decided to just go to the button mashing attack, the Divine Pummel. And as you can see, I actually still took off over 2,000 points of damage on Sodom, which was pretty cool. Button mash, wham! Let's see Kirby do off an impressive hammer blow like that. Only with the knight's power, baby. Only with the knight's power. Wham! Trying to get back in there, but before I can be fully charged, the dragon is defeated, Rome is slain, and we get to move on. Gotta check the map. There's one thing we can do. I got a bit lost here, but I reminded myself that no, we need to do something else. Because there is another boss behind that waterfall, but this is one of those situations I mentioned before where you have to meet a specific criteria in order to make that boss appear. So this is where we're going. We're actually going south. Gonna clear these bulls out of the way and jackals. Try and bring these suckers down. Come on, baby. Yeah, so sometimes it just needs a simple thrust to finish it off. But yeah, where we need to meet our criteria is not that far. You'll notice on the map the red dots on our screen. That's where the enemies are located. And if you were reading the text, it says a group of suspicious figures lies beyond, and that's who we're facing. We're facing a group of magi. They are the primary antagonists of this game. They are the subordinates of Rizel, the man who initially serves as the Emperor of Yashrenia, but of course, and he also has one of the knight's powers, but he gets unseated by the game's final boss, Medorus. So now, yes, you can see a bounty monster has appeared in the autumn area. So that means we can now fight the boss that lurks underneath the waterfall. So we're going to go back there. So here we go. Making our way through the winding paths of the Lost Forest. And so, always gotta check the map, make sure you know exactly where you're going. It's always helpful that they give you not only the little mini-map to know where your immediate surroundings are, but also the option to press R2 and see your full map. You can only see your full map if you're not attacking, or if you're not engaged in battle. And yes, there actually is a difference. As you can see by the text, the battle is well and truly on, as I'm making my way there. And as I arrive, this beast known as Lycon is almost dead. Now, bosses in this particular location have quite weird and unusual names. But hey, that's part of the mystique of this place, and of this quest. So that was 14 bosses eliminated. There's still 4 more that have to be dealt with. There are a pair of scorpions that we have to deal with. There's a giant spider, and finally the weakest boss comes last. So going around, deferring to Equinox here because I want to be a nice guy. So now we're making our way down back to where we once were earlier, just a few moments ago. Check the map to always know where you're going. Yeah, because with so many winding paths and branching paths, it's easy to get lost, and that's why they call it the Lost Forest, and it definitely lives up to its billing. You're probably also noticing the little exclamation marks that occur when I run by. Those are the little places where you can pick little harvesting items. They include things like various flowers, various pieces of wood, and also ores and crystals as well. So that's pretty cool. That was one of the 2 scorpions, Corinthia had already beaten the first Scorpion before I got there, and so we just helped her finish off the second. And she, as I mentioned before, she has some very strong characters. Of course, her original avatar and her current avatar, Pixie. So now we're making our way back out of autumn, and we're now heading into the spring section. And this is actually, the spring section is actually where we started this quest. So, here's another situation where we had to meet a specific criteria. By talking to this person, we can give them stuff that we need to fish out another boss and draw it out. So here's our big green spider. There are instances where you have to use monster carcasses that you get by killing various jackals and boars and bulls, those things. And also there's another one where you also have to get floating luminescences to fish out another boss as well. I'm not sure which one that is though. As you can see, we're doing quite a number here on Wheel. He's taking quite a bit of damage. Yeah, these bosses do look visually intimidating, and if you're coming in here with a low experience level, they are intimidating. But all of us are maxed out. We've reached the maximum experience level that you can get to this game, which is experience level 80. Yeah, it does not go to experience level 99. And I've actually played an RPG where the experience level goes up to 200. So, that particular game where experience level went up to 200, Shining Force Neo for PlayStation 2, in case you were wondering. Now we're going across this little bridge created from what looks like a fallen tree. And the last little boss is in this stump. And Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Yeah, this is the easiest boss here to defeat here at Jungle Jailbreak. After all the big, ugly, intimidating bosses were quite powerful, they give you a breather boss for your last one. And as you can see, all 18 of the bosses are gone. So now it's just a matter of finishing it off and taking this one home. So all we have to do is go over this direction. And I got a little lost here, admittedly, because, of course, Lost Forest went the wrong way. Corinthia knew where she was going, so she goes and talks to the guy who we spoke to at the start of this challenge. And so you can't see their face turn, but they do look that way to whoever's talking to them. So they're talking with them to make the quest official, and now it is. Quest complete, and we've completed the Jungle Jailbreak quest. So that's all she wrote on this one. They also show you the results of your victory. 4 different various criteria, and the more points you get, the more of an S rank you get for your Adventurers Guild rank. I'll talk more about the guilds in another video. So you also get a bounty as well. In this case, I have too many mana potions, so I have to sell off what was left. But I'd like to thank you very much for watching this quest with my friends, so I'll have more in the future, so stay tuned.